Where'd you go? Come on. Welcome. Hey, everybody. I'm going to give this a second to let a few people tune in. If you guys could let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. On Instagram, I'm getting some hearts. So I'm assuming you can hear me and see me all right. Can I get a thumbs up? TikTok, can I get a thumbs up that you can hear me and see me all right? I don't know how you guys are doing here in the northern parts, but when summer switches into fall, I get these allergic reactions to something, maybe ragweed. I have no allergies any other time, not from any foods, not from any medications, not from anything in the environment, not to animals, not to anything. And then that one switch from summer into fall, something irritates me, and like my throat will itch and my eyes will water, and there's no remedy for it. This year hasn't been horrible. I think it's better living closer to the water, but it's still annoying. Okay, so how are we there? So I asked for thumbs up and then I didn't pay any attention. Looks like we're doing good though. All right, good. I see hearts coming up there. How are we here on YouTube and Facebook? So we should be on Facebook at Ivy Angela Rivera, Facebook at Ivy Rivera Psychic Medium. If you guys are tuning in anywhere else and you have connection issues, switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy. And I'm like a pusher on this channel. I would really prefer always to get you guys over to YouTube at Ask Ivy, because TikTok is always destroying my account. They have been for over a year, and whatever. I feel better investing in YouTube than other platforms. We'll leave it at that. Okay, very good, Vanessa. Louise, good to see you guys. So a couple quick announcements before we go ahead and get into today's Q&A. I do want to get to everybody's questions about the Psychic Mediumship course. And so you can go ahead and start posting those now. Mary, my beautiful producer, will be taking the questions from all platforms. And if you're tuning in and maybe you've already taken some of my classes, or you took the actual Psychic Mediumship course and you have a testimony to give, by all means, okay, please do. Because a lot of people are curious. It's a huge investment. I understand that. Okay. So, from the horse's mouth. Also, if you guys want to look at testimonials, I am consistently posting them on social media, and I did just put them up on psychicmediumshipcourse.com and Ivy League psychicacademy.com if you want to see some of the most recent testimonials from graduates. So a couple quick announcements while we let people tune in here. Mary, what do I have coming up? I know I'm going to be at Lewiston, Harvest and Hops. So Lewiston, that's New York, and this is near Niagara Falls, historical town. I absolutely love Lewiston. Now, the Lewiston Harvest and Hops Festival is massive, and it runs 2 days. Okay, so you can get through everything. I will be there the 23rd and the 24th of September from 10 to 5. If you want to come get a reading with me, you can. Pre-book or walk-ins are welcome. The raffle is also going on right now for the Psychic Mediumship course. So it's a $2,100 value, and I think you get like for $5, you get one ticket for you get 5 tickets for 20 or something like that. And you should go get your tickets now, okay, to win. I'm going to be doing the drawing the day before class starts. That's going to be October 11th. Yep, 100% free tuition. All right, so check it out. Get in on the raffle. That's enough with the announcements. That's okay. So we are going to start taking any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, you guys. So I see some of you tuning in and you're already asking for me to give you a reading. That's not what this is. So this is a live Q&A on the upcoming Psychic Mediumship course. All right. So if you have questions about the class itself, or even where you are with your development or what abilities you think, you may have going on and stuff like this, anything that applies to the course, go ahead and ask those. If you want to register, You are going to go to psychicmediumshipcourse.com. At this time, we are running this class in person for the first time in, I think, maybe 4 years. And because of the pandemic, we weren't able to do that. I wanted to, I tried, and the doors just kept getting closed. So it's a big deal that we're finally back and able to do that. However, many, many years ago, I want to say 8, 9 years ago, we switched over to an online option. So we've always had students chiming in through Zoom or taking the video download classes, and that's always going to be an option. So a lot of people have been asking lately, oh, well, now that you're back to in person, have you cut everything else off? No way. We're never going to do that. We've actually never exclusively been, just in person. So you always have that option. Wherever you are in the world, we have students here at the Academy and graduates internationally attending, and you can find a class that fits for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm IB Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, Taino Arawak, and I own the Ivy League Psychic Academy. We've been around. We established officially in 2013. And I was teaching for a while before that. And the biggest, most hit class that I do internationally is the Psychic Mediumship course. Now, this is a 28-week course that's going to train you in psychic, mediumistic, and empathic abilities, because if you don't know all three, you're probably going to be a fairly boring reader, and you're going to have a lot of confusion and gaps in your understanding about what's actually coming through in the messaging system. So you get trained in all three abilities, psychic, mediumistic, and empathic. And that takes a while for me to get you through, which is why it takes 28 weeks, which is still record time compared to the majority of psychic mediumship trainings being taught today internationally. It is also a fraction of the price. It is $2,100, and most are $5,000 or more. Okay. And you walk out still not knowing what the heck you're doing. And a lot of them take many, many years. So don't be fooled. You don't need to go into a class that's going to take up the rest of your life and your entire income just to learn how to meditate. There's no meditation involved in my psychic mediumship course. We run on something called the PEC method, which I designed many years ago, the psychology of energy communication. This is based on the way we receive information from the universe, psychic, mediumistic, and empathic, and then how we process it physically, mentally, emotionally, and also the symbology behind all of that. And I break it down for you, one class per week. I think we're running on, what is it, Thursdays? Mary, do you know? My producer, Mary, can let me know on that. I think the class is running on Thursdays. Sorry, I should have looked into that. That's kind of an important part. And we do 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can attend in person here in Dunkirk, New York at the new headquarters, the 1882 Victorian Funeral Home, the Ivy League Psychic Academy. Or you can attend online. And if you want to take the video downloads, you could also do that. Now, regardless of how you attend class, you're going to be able to be involved with the ongoing Google chat that we have. You're going to receive a one-on-one teaching from me in monthly Q&As where we get to directly connect, and you have assistant teachers who are helping you out every step along the way, including when you start giving readings. Now, typically we start giving readings the very first day of class. If it takes any longer than that, it is by the third week. And the assistant teachers, again, will be assisting you with that. You'll start by reading one another. And then after a few weeks of reading your fellow classmates, I expose you to the public. And we have something called the guinea pig system that's been a huge hit for the entire time the Ivy League Psychic Academy has been around. Through the guinea pig system, most of what I've done at the Ivy League is sort of been a comical play of words, or like little jokes that just sort of took off. We try to keep it fun and light here because this is serious work and hard work. And people like to come in and get the readings with the students because they are discounted. Okay, they're super affordable, but also a lot of people really enjoy watching the process of seeing you guys go from having no clue what you're doing to being phenomenal professional readers at the end. And so we have a lot of support coming from the public. So when I announce on my social media, if you guys have ever seen it, where I say like, I need guinea pigs to get readings, I need volunteers to get readings from my students, people jump on that opportunity. Okay, so you're going to read your fellow classmates, and then you're going to start reading the public through the guinea pig system. Mary, can you please pop up for me whether or not class is in fact on Thursdays? I feel terrible. You guys may actually know this better than I do. I know it's from 7 to 9 p.m. So you can, yes. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay. So it's all the same, all right? So we're starting on the 12th. The 12th is going to be the very first class, October 12th. Okay, so Mary, if you could look that up just so I have a 100% guarantee on what I'm saying here about which day of the week it is. I do try to move it around a lot from year to year, semester to semester, just to give everybody a chance because everybody's on different work schedules. So you guys are going to have two different options as far as the course is concerned. So we say that we have two different tiers to learning. Tier 1 is a 10-week downloadable video class. That doesn't fall on any particular day of the week at all. It's just 10 different videos that you decide to purchase at your own pace. Everything that we do here is potentially on a payment plan if you cannot afford to pay in full, and you have that payment plan option as well with the Tier 1 10-week downloadable classes. Thank you. So Mary has confirmed 100% October 12th is Thursday. We will be running class on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And with the Tier 1 10-week downloadable classes, you're going to get sort of the gist of it. Okay, so there's a huge difference, obviously, between the 10-week class and the 28-week course. The 10-week class is going to teach you in the basics of the PEC method, but it isn't an opportunity for you to work directly with me in the live Q&As. You won't get access to the assistant teachers, and you're not going to be supervised and encouraged necessarily to give readings to the public. Okay, so what you do with it essentially is just really up to you. But if you decide to take the Tier 2, you are going to have all of that interaction that I already talked about, and you have the opportunity to get certified. Now, if you get certified in any class here at the Academy, ILPA certifications allow you, whether it be tarot, Reiki, psychic mediumship course, whatever it is, the certifications here allow you to then start working for ILPA psychic fairs. And we are up for hire. Before the pandemic, we would sometimes have 5-6 different events running per day. I'd be sending graduates out all over the place. These have expanded out into the country more, which is exciting, but we are still picking up from after the pandemic. So we're not quite where we were. However, Ivy League psychic fairs are very popular because a lot of people who want to host a psychic fair for their business, for their company, they don't want a whole hodgepodge of weird, random street psychics and readers they're not sure about. They don't want dark arts coming in. They're just not sure. They want high vibration, high quality, and guaranteed product for the sitters that are going to come in, and they want to be represented by ILPA. So, if you want real, genuine light workers with actual skill, this is where they come. So you'll be up for hire once you get certified through tier 2 for those events. We also have Ivy's Healing Call Center that runs 7 days a week. And people call all over the world, any time of day, any time of night, looking for readings, healings. And once certified, you guys will be able to do that as well. And then you get a lot of spillover gigs from me. So I often get asked to do, multiple gigs on like one day, and I can't, or it's too far out, or it's, somewhere where I think you guys would benefit more. And so we have a chat running at all times called ILPA Opportunities. And I will post different events and gigs that you guys could just sort of grab up as you like, outside of Ivy's Healing Call Center and Ivy League Psychic Fairs. Okay, so you have lifelong work opportunities straight out of the gate. We also have brought back our monthly walk-in night psychic fairs, which were a huge hit for those of you who used to attend these before the pandemic hit. We would have a line around the block every single month, and we are bringing them back starting in October 27th. We've been doing them online still throughout the pandemic, but now we're doing in person and online, which is super exciting. So you guys will also have that opportunity to work with the public and practice and polish your craft. Put your business cards out there, build up your client base, and get to be in that type of sort of psychic fair atmosphere, to improve upon your skills. And what else do we have going on? Oh, well, if you get certified through tier 2, you are also up for teaching here at the academy. So every assistant teacher that you'll be working with has gone through the program, and they have decided to stay on with ILPA and really take it to the next level. And now they teach as well. Okay. And these are all paid positions. All right. Of course. And so that's pretty exciting. All right. So we can get into questions here about the curriculum if we have any popping up. But before we do, and if you haven't already done so, please post your questions now. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment to get me moving in the algorithm. And as always, please do subscribe and hit the bell for alerts. I do want to explain a little bit about the PAC method and why it's so different from other trainings internationally. Basically, everyone's done a monkey see, monkey do, where they mimic each other with these old dinosaur meditational practices that get you nowhere. And everything that I teach came directly from spirit, and I've had hands-on experience my entire life with the practices that I teach you. So it's nothing hand-me-down. I've never received training anywhere else. So I didn't just sort of, carbon copy someone else's, trainings, if you can even call them that. This method is extremely intensive, and it is going to assist you in unblocking the many different programs that have taught you, typically from, birth, but let's say in particular from the age of 5 and up, where whether it be religious institutions, or it be educators, or it be your parents talking down to you about your intuition, or it be the medical community saying that it's psychosis, all these different things that we were told from childhood that caused us to feel guilty or shameful or, bad in some way, or paranoid about our intuition, these blocks that have been built up your entire life. Understand this: the intuition that you used to have as a little kid is still there. It just needs to be released. So essentially, through the program every week, I'm going to help you to remove those blocks. Then what I do is I introduce a series of exercises that trigger your abilities, and that would involve your clairs. And I don't tell you what I'm doing this or what we're doing, because then you'll be aware, okay, and possibly try to, overthink it or put the brakes on it. So as you are being exposed to these exercises, engaging in these exercises, you're going to have an increase in clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairempathy, clairaugustine. We go across the board, and we actually do exercises multiple times early on and then later, just to make sure that you've been activated in all areas. And you're going to also learn how to manage the abilities that you already have. And that is first and foremost in my training, because what I don't want is for you to be overwhelmed. What I don't want is for you to come in with anxiety disorders and struggling to manage what you already have going on, and then open up Pandora's box and make it 100 times worse. And that's what most trainings do. So they not only make it worse for you, they don't educate you at all on how the intuitive intelligence that you have and the intuitive abilities themselves are also conjunct with a lot of disorders. And so we address things like anxiety, depression, overwhelm, irritable bowel, the OCD like tendencies, the ADD like tendencies, being out of control, all of that. And so what I want you to do is to be healthy. And so we're activating, but we're also being mindful that we're not taking another step forward until we can control ourselves. So it's putting you in the driver's seat with your intuitive intelligence and your clairvoyant, empathic, mediumistic abilities, so that you can actually engage in the process of communication, the lost language, as we call it here, and ultimately can give it out to the public. Now, what about that part? Okay. And then, yes, I am going to get to your questions. Okay. So keep posting them. But, there's also a fair share of people who come in here who don't want to give readings to the public. Okay. So maybe some of you have already posted that question. Well, I don't want to give readings to the public. Well, that sounds like literal hell on earth, or like that sounds like public speaking, or that sounds like torture. Or I'm not confident enough. Nobody's confident when they walk in here. And the ones that are end up being the tail. Okay. So this is a non-ego. This is an ego breaking system through the Peck method. So if you come in here with zero confidence, you're probably going to end up head of the class. You come in here with a little too much confidence, you receive some garbage training somewhere else, you may not end up so happy in the end. We're going to work with everybody, but it's okay not to have confidence. Don't decide right now whether or not you're going to give readings to the public. You can, at any point in taking this course, say, I'm not comfortable reading the public. That's fine. Know that I'm not certifying you then. I can't say you're a good reader, okay, and put a professional ILPA label on you and put you out there for work if you haven't done the work. That's fine. But I don't care. You're welcome to stay. A lot of people, not a lot, honestly, but, sometimes people will say, oh, I don't have the confidence to do it, or it makes me uncomfortable, or whatever. That's fine. So we have some people who come in here for the course who are just looking for the self-development, who want the knowledge, and who want to be able to maintain their intuitive intelligence, their abilities, and feel more confident about that. But they don't want to read for the public. We have other people who come in who desperately need this because they have actually been diagnosed or misdiagnosed with a lot of the disorders that I mentioned earlier. Or they're autistic, or they're dealing with schizophrenia, or they're dealing with things like Tourette's, or they're dealing with they're other abled, and this helps them. Okay. The empathic awareness training, which is a requirement in week 2 of your curriculum, but the general public can take that at any time. That's available up on the website. The empathic awareness training teaches you, immediately, straight out of the gate, week 2, how to start controlling your energy and making sure that you understand how to block out the energy around you, also how to put energy out and to stay rooted and grounded. And this is class that I teach at universities. I train therapists. I train educators. You can go on to Rivera, empathiceducator.com, and you can even get teacher credits for this training. Okay, so that's going to be week 2, part of your required curriculum. Other people come in and they just want to learn how to communicate with their deceased loved ones that they miss so terribly. And this is absolutely a breakthrough, life-changing experience for them. Okay, so a lot of those students actually go on to do this professionally once they learn, because their ability to then reconnect with their loved ones on the other side, and their guides and, things like this, it's so life-altering for them. It's such an improvement for them that they want to give it out to other people. It is not uncommon to see that people come in for this training and maybe halfway to 3/4 through, they no longer have the diagnoses that they did when they walked in. Okay. And that goes not just for mental disorders, but also physical, which says a lot about the healing process in this as well. Absolutely revolutionary. And that's not at all uncommon to see. So whatever it is that draws you in, we have all different kinds of people. I would also say that what sets this course apart from the other ones that I've seen, because everybody ends up here eventually, so I get to hear about all of them, is discernment. You're not going to be able to come in here and dabble in the dark arts. You're going to be trained in discernment from week 1, and you're going to learn how to only communicate with energy from the light. We do not at all. And so if that's something you're looking for, some dark art stuff, this is not the place for you. And I have had people try to confront me on that and say, well, then you're only working with half the tools. Good luck with that, sister. Good luck with that, brother. You're heading down a dark path. And I hope no one else has to suffer for it, because you're trying to put toxic product out into the world. And we have plenty of that. Okay. This is the polar opposite. And you do not hear a lot about discernment in traditional psychic mediumship trainings, because they don't want to talk about it. And I think part of the reason they don't want to talk about it is because they don't know how to do it without tapping into dark arts, is a big part of it. I also think they don't understand a lot of what goes on in the dark arts. Okay. So you also have opportunities to go on to masterclass and things like that, and even do paranormal work, missing persons, criminal investigations, and, a lot of harder, darker stuff. So discernment is something that you'll be using every step along the way. And we don't come in perfect. We have to learn it. Okay. So trial and error. So don't worry about that. It's going to be fine. Even if you have had problems in the past with paranormal activity or possession or attachments, it's okay. We invite everybody here, which is also very different from traditional trainings, where they will tell you no if you've had negative attachments in the past. We don't do that here. It's a normal part of life. We can all end up in that place. It's easy to have happen. And it's up to your free will to go in a more positive direction and clean it up. Okay. And you just have to be dedicated to doing that. All right. I want to get on to some questions that we have. Mary, do you want to start popping them up? What do we have here? Okay. Shelly said, is it in person or online? It is both in person and online, as well as through video download. And that means that we're evergreen. So you don't have to wait. If you're watching this now and you're like, really, I don't want to wait until October 12th, or I don't want to do this with a group, or I just want to start yesterday, that's okay. You could do that. We're evergreen. That'll be through video download. You'll still get the one-on-one with me. You'll still work with assistant teachers. You'll still be doing the readings with the guinea pigs and for the public. You'll still be up for absolutely everything, but you don't have to do it with a group. Now, if you want to do the video download, but with the group, and you can't attend in person or online a decent amount of the time, you can also do that. So basically what we're doing is we have our online students, our in-person students. We're here, we're doing class, and I record it. And I send you that recording every week. And so you're doing it through video download as well, but as a group. Okay. Yeah. What other questions do we have? Mm. Shelly wants to know about the pricing. I really don't know exactly what the pricing breakdown would be if you're doing payment plans, because I know we have like weekly payments, and then we have like bigger chunk payments, and then you have the all payment, and then you've got tier 1 versus tier 2, which is a totally different payment system. So go to psychicmediumshipcourse.com to look at your payment options and see what fits best for you. All right. What other questions do we have? Ayana from Instagram wants to know, is the only difference between the $500 course and the full course the practice readings and the tutoring? No, there are also a lot of exercises missing. So from tier 1, the video downloads, to tier 2, there is essentially no focus in tier 1 on getting you to a place where you can actually function in doing the readings or doing them like for the public, in a professional way. The focus in tier 1 in the 10 video downloads is just to give you the basic information and breakdown on how these abilities work: psychic, mediumistic, empathic, and how you can start to understand how your personal skills are working, what's blocking you, and how you can, increase your abilities. And so you're getting educated, and I'm showing you how, but you're on your own. And yeah, so it's very, very different. Also, here's another comment. I'm just going to answer this right now, okay? And I don't want anybody disappointed. If you sign up for tier 1 and you're at the end and you're like, I really am wishing I had just gone for it and done tier 2. I don't want you disappointed, because when you come to us and you say, I want to transfer over, you can't do that. You're going to have to start from week 1 again, because it is a totally different training. It is far, far more intensive. Okay. So tier 1 and tier 2, completely separate things. All right. There is no transfer from 1 over to 2. It doesn't work that way. Oh, I know the other thing I was going to tell you guys, you do have some required classes. They are part of your curriculum. And that is going to be empathic awareness, which we already talked about. That's week 2. We have coffee with your angels. So you're going to learn how to communicate with the angels who were appointed to you when you came to Earth. You have meet your guides. So you're going to be introduced to all 5 of your guides. And every time you take these classes, you're not only learning it for yourself, but you're learning how to use it for your sitter, how to give a reading using these tools. You're also going to have hauntings, clearings, and detachments class. That is going to train you in depth with discernment, understanding paranormal activity, how to cleanse it, how to identify it, what to tell your client when it's coming up, and things like this. You also have relationships, boundaries, and cord cutting class, which is going to help you to understand karmic contracts, soulmate contracts, the cords in those contracts, how they can cause things like obsession with another person, how to properly cut cords, do forgiveness and cleansing exercises, because we want to stay high vibrational, and how to train your clients in that. And you also have karma contracts and past lives is a requirement. How to read a life contract. For those of you who had a life contract reading with me, I took that off the public option because I think it's too valuable. I don't want everybody out there doing it. So only my psychic mediumship students in tier 2 get to learn how the heck I'm doing that. Okay. Life contract readings. Yeah, and then there are just a million classes. Okay, so 28 weeks. I can give you the full breakdown if you need it, but it is, again, up on psychicmediumshipcourse.com. You can see every single week what we're going to be talking about. All right, what other questions? So Kamara wants to know, when will you know if you are the winner of the free enrollment from the raffle? October 11th, we're doing the drawing. So the day before class starts. And we are doing technically 2 drawings, because we're doing the drawing from the raffle itself where people paid for their tickets, but then I'm doing a separate raffle for those of you who've been sharing my posts on social media. So whenever I post something, so follow me on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, I've been posting different like lotteries and stuff saying share this and comment and I'll enter you in the raffle to win. So someone's also going to win from that. Yep, October 11th. Fun, fun. Lucy says, I know I've needed to take this course for a while. I'm very excited. My question is, do you recommend any classes or methods to take in preparation for this course? 100% no. I am exhausted from getting students in here who would have done really well if they hadn't gone somewhere else first. Do not get tainted by something else. I'm telling you, it's trash. Okay. And I don't, you guys will never catch me saying that. I've seen it all internationally. Trash. Okay. No. Be safe. Do it the right way or don't do it at all. You need to get thoroughly educated. You need to get in control of what you already have going on. And you need to really understand what it is that you're doing as you put it out there. You don't need any other influence. And I will get you there in record time. Okay, so no other training. Absolutely not. And that's not a plug. That's not a push. It's just something I'm going to have to undo once you get in here. Okay, so why bother? Why waste time or tread water? Me Love 716 says, it's phenomenal what this course can do for you, even if just taken for personal growth. It's amazing how and what you will learn week to week. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Me Love. I'm not sure who that is because that's not a real name, but obviously one of my graduates. And thank you for saying so. Absolutely. And I hear that a lot, that this course changes people's lives. And one of the things I talk about frequently is that mediumship is the perfect metaphor for life. And I'm telling you, you come in here and you leave, okay, with this totally different perspective on absolutely everything. And you're connected to the universe and your own life contract in a different way than you've ever been. It is pretty amazing. And it's fun to be around other people going through the same journey. Okay. Oh, was that Mary? Oh, that's Mary, one of our assistant teachers. She's a brand new assistant teacher, actually. Mary with an I. Thank you so much for that testimonial. Yeah, so Mary took the whole program and then went on to become an assistant teacher and just recently got certified. Beautiful. And do we have any other questions or comments? Let's see. There's anything else I really wanted to tell you guys. Anything else, Mary, or are we going to go ahead and wrap it up? Okay, looks like we got to everybody. Feel free if you're watching this later. Obviously, this is going to get published. And I'll be going back over comments until class starts October 12th. So feel free to message us, but also just to drop a comment and I'll see it later on. And I can answer any questions that you have. You guys are, I think, really ready for this, especially those of you tuning in who've been really feeling it. I think that this is going to be an amazing group of students. I can often feel it several months ahead of time, and I have been. I also know that everyone's pretty much in a financial crisis, which is why I've opened up all kinds of payment options. And I would say keep the faith. You know, sometimes spirit will provide week by week and you end up not having to foot the bill at all. All right. So put your faith out there and manifest. And this is a good time if you're really on the fence to sit down with your ancestors, your deceased loved ones, your higher mind, and your joy guide. Your joy guide is your spiritual development guide, and we'll be working with you every step along the way and ask them, is this the right time for you to do this, or is this the right program for you? And I hope to see you guys soon. Again, go to psychicmediumshipcourse.com to register or Ivy League psychicacademy.com. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mary.